St. Lucia this week hosted a critical meeting on standardized drug treatment data collection. The sub-regional meeting of member countries of the OAS's CICAD grouping discussed the development of protocols that can assist drug treatment centers in research and data sharing. Cyprian Yard is the director of the Substance Abuse Advisory Council Secretariat.
And it really replaces the paper-based data collection systems that have been in place within those countries. And what we thought was it would be necessary as we move with time to replace it or to augment it with a computer-based system of data and data collection. So therefore, we collect the different elements of data at registration of those clients who come to the drug and rehab centers within the region. Demographic data, choice of drugs, problems, and so on. But one of the fundamental issues of the system is that of confidentiality, because once you hear computer systems, you want to ensure that people's confidentiality or information is well protected. This system has been implemented for just a little under a year, and we believe that it is perhaps time that we come back and review the processes to see what teething problems that this system presents us. And of course, we would have also an opportunity to analyze the information that is actually coming out of the system. One, it would allow us to determine whether this data is absolutely useful, what data elements could we add or subtract, and how best can we utilize the data that is coming out of this. The important thing here is how do we utilize the data to improve the standard of care and the standard of service delivery at our drug and rehab centers.
There is need, Mr. Yard says, for treatment centers to compile information on clients that would identify certain patterns that would make treatment more effective.
What are the choice of drugs? What are the issues related to the actual treatment and recidivism that is involved in the system of care? Because we know that these individuals who have a drug problem or who have an addiction problem considered to be a disease, that they continue to struggle throughout their lives, and we must understand what it is that it takes, because not every individual, trust me, would have a different element of care associated with his or her service provider, in terms of how you manage this individual, because what triggers one person may not be the trigger for another. So when we analyze the information, it gives us some kind of direction as to how and where could we develop new strategies, new approaches, new activities to introduce at our drug rehabilitation centers throughout the region.
The representative from the Inter-American Observatory on Drugs echoed the sentiment, adding that the time is now for the region to develop a culture of evidence-based practices.
How do we make decisions? How do we come up with plans? How do we evaluate what we do? It's all based on information. And I'm not just talking about any old information. We can't just take what we hear on the street or what is reported in the media. No offense to the media guys here. Or any old source. This information has to be science-based. It has to be collected in such a way that it is reliable and that it is valid. And if it is not that, then you're going to have some issues. I think that we as a culture and as a people are dealing with a change in society. I think gone are the days when you could tell the population anything and they take it. Most people nowadays take things with a grain of salt, a pinch of salt, a dose of salt. And people ask for information, they demand more information, they demand more explanation. And we have to be able to provide that information to the people that we serve.